Good evening, John Augustine back again. Let's talk. Wasn't it a lovely day today, later on? It was sunny this morning when I got up early enough, and then it went in and it was kind of cloudy, and it was a bit cool here in Oldcastle as I was going about doing my chores outside, and I wasn't wearing a jacket just like where I am now, and it was a bit chillier. I was surprised. But then the sun came out later on, and it was lovely. So after doing my various what I do, I did a video with my good friend Oliver, and in the Zoom business, after my own effort, my live videos. So I took a stroll then. I took a walk when I had finished whatever it was at, and off I went. God, it was lovely. The sun just giving you a nice colour. And but one of the things that I noticed now when you're living in this country, perhaps, well, if you're in the city, you don't see too much of it. I don't think bar you're near parks or something. But then they're always kept in such a pristine condition that you don't see them. But when I was marching and when I was walking, and I had a nice walk, but one thing that I noticed was the beauty of all these buttercups, yellow, and then on trees, white flowers, and even on the side of where my hedges are, or where my modern hedges there are higher than that, white flowers. Nobody smell of them. They're not. Nobody plants them. They're on these kind of elder trees or whatever. But they're beautiful white flowers. But as I walked down, what a lovely sight! The fields full of buttercups, left and right, yellow. Glory to God, as far as I'm concerned. That's the way I look at it. I look at it from a spiritual point of view. This honour and glory to God that we have in this marvellous country that we're living in. Beautiful. And the peace. There's a bit of work going on. They're building a new kind of a substation or something. TLI or TFI or LTI or LFI. They're in charge and they're a big company from Tralee, their head office, which is great to see what they're doing, and there's a lot of equipment down there and all the rest of it. So be interesting to see how long it takes and what it will be, because the weather is suiting them very well. Thank you very much. It's so dry and nice, easy to get the work done, isn't it? When it's like that, the muck and all the rest of it. But you have a rain. So I had to walk, but it was the lovely sight. And then up in the fields, I would have mentioned before, but it's always worth mentioning again. Cattle lying down, chewing the cud in the field, not too far from where I was. And then further up in other fields, other cattle belong to perhaps other farmers further on up and chewing the cud as they were on the ground. They weren't grazing. You saw an odd one standing up. He must have been hungry or something, eating grass or whatever. It's great that this is what gives them the nourishment. And but it was such a restful scene. And I called to a neighbour that I know, Agnes Gilson, and her husband died some years ago. A very nice family they were, Tommy. And there are two priests in the family, Father Peter and Father Paddy in Cross Keys, and lovely family. And but whether she was out or what, there was no answer. It was about 3 o'clock. So anyway, I rang the bell and looked around, and there was no sign of activity. So she could have been out, or she could have been having a rest, or that. So anyway, then I came back But it was just such a nice, pleasant day, and I would say I was out for half an hour kind of thing. It's long enough, isn't it? I'm not as fit as a fiddle as I was, but nonetheless, thank God I'm able to do that. And so I admire the colour. Isn't it funny? As the seasons went on, we had the daffodils and the tulips. Mostly daffodils and this where I am, and lovely flowers on the trees at different times. And then daisies. When I was young, we used to make daisy chains. And when I say young, about 5. We're all into that. Nature, we're outdoors. We weren't indoors. We had a fairly simple life in many ways, but very enjoyable and great memories. Making daisy, and we were able to do it. Don't ask me. I wouldn't like to have tried to do it now, but when you're young, you can do all sorts of things, can't you? So, anyways, I hope you had a nice day and some little observations if you're in this country. If you're in other countries, particularly where it's very hot, it mightn't be so good from that point of view. You might have to be indoors because it'd be too hot to be out. But here, I think it was 19 degrees today, just nice, warm enough. I don't think it going too hot myself, to be honest with you. So there we are, and I hope you had a nice day as well. So that was my little experience today. Bye now. And I'll finish off now with even a prayer to our Blessed Mother.